Here we are, we're back. As always, I am excited. Thank you for being here. My name is Suzanne, and I am your hostess with the mostest. Welcome back to the You Can with Suzanne show. Yeah, I'm so glad that you're here. So, some things have gone down I wanted to share with you. So, let's see. I'm going to start here. Wait, I don't like when my underclothes show. I'm such a, I'm like that. I'm a big baby when it comes to that. Okay, so a couple things real quick. My son, who is 13 going on 20, my son and his friend were at the McKinley Mall. They watched a movie. The movie was over. They went outside. They were approached by some men that offered them drugs. The guy looked like he had like a bodyguard kind of a guy, like a lookout guy. And then like the main guy had like a business suit on, and he opened up his jacket and he pulled out what they said was cocaine. And the guy said to these 13-year-old kids, hey, I just was supposed to have a deal, and whoever it was didn't show up. Is there anything you want? I've got Coke, I've got Molly's, whatever you want. So I just want you parents to be aware, keep your eyes open, but you know what? Most importantly, educate your kids. Let them know that stuff like this is gonna happen, because it's gonna. It doesn't matter where you live or who you are or what you look like, it's going to happen. So in my opinion, the best thing you can do is provide an education. Empower your kids with education. Let them know that people like this exist, and go back inside where there's other adults, hopefully some security cameras and stuff like that. Okay, got that off my chest. Speaking of children, my daughter, who is 25, has been traversing this great country of ours on a modified Walmart bicycle with her boyfriend. They've been on the road for a few years, and just last night she decided what did she say? I conquered, I forget however it goes. Well, she did it, and she decided last night that she's gonna come home. So I'm very pleased and excited and happy. And I lost 11 pounds, so I'm even more happy. Yeah! I just didn't eat after 7 o'clock. Isn't that like the Gremlins movie? Don't feed them, whatever. So yeah, all that. Okay, so there's those things. Now, I did a Facebook Live as we were getting set up, and I was trying to get you guys to guess who my guest is today. And I showed you a really cool setup and a sequined shiny jacket. And then I showed you the CDs, and then I let you know who it is. So as I was doing that Facebook Live thing, I'm losing my train of thought. Where was I going with that? I had said that I mentioned my producer, Cardinal, who is the best. He takes super good care of me all the time, so thank you. And that I had never had an on-set mishap. I've never had a wardrobe mishap, so that's been super mega awesome. So after he gets us mic'd up, and he says, quiet on the set, and the tape is rolling, and all of a sudden my necklace fell off. So, whatever you put out there happens. So at least it wasn't anything, too bad. So I just kind of stuck it back together. And today it's a wish. It's a dandelion seed. So when you wish, stuff like that. And you will notice that I brought in some beautiful sunflowers that I grew. I just chucked some seeds in a big pot with lots of love and watered them every day, and they came out beautiful. So you will see a ray of sunshine today on this fall day in Western New York. All right. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I have to mention one more thing because we're going to do a straight run here, and we're going to be entertained and have some fun. We always have fun. There is an event coming up that I would love to share with you. My next couple of shows are going to feature some of the vendors and cool people who will be at that vendor fair. Actually, what's it called? It's called the Happiness for Your Health Fall Expo. And it's taking place at the Cove on Transit and Clinton in Depew. Big, clean, beautiful place with awesome food. I love it there. You will too. Humongous parking lot and everything else. Wheelchair accessible, big, clean, 100 vendors. So if it can make you happier or healthier, you're going to find it there. So there's a little bit of everything, stuff like reflexology, health people who, you know, they know what they're doing. So you can get a Reiki treatment, or even if you can get a reading or any of that stuff. It's all there. If you're interested in any of the stuff I just mentioned, you can go to my website, which is SuzanneSucan.com. And now it's time. Are you excited? Are you excited? I know I am. All right, so it's showing again. It's going to drive me nuts. I should have wore a black one. All right, here we go. We have in studio Mr. George Black, a.k.a. Disco Elvisco.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So we should have like those horns and stuff, right?
Count Elvisco. No.
We don't have any horns. But welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for having me.
How fun. How fun. Look at this guy. He's all shiny and stuff. I need sunglasses just to look at you. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
My honor.
So I guess we're going to start way back.
Way back from the long ago.
Yeah, so now you're a musician, right?
I'm a musician.
You like write stuff and play stuff?
I play instruments, I write music, and I've done it, you know, since I was a little one.
Where did that come from? Do you come from a musical family, or?
That's the odd thing, you know, because there's no one in my family tree that really plays or sings or anything. And so I told my mother.
You are the creative.
Am I offspring of the milkman? I wasn't sure. Maybe the milkman was. No, I'm just kidding. But no. To answer your question, no. I'm just the oddball of the family, I guess.
That's wonderful. It's wonderful to be creative, and
yes.
People do call creative people odd. But well, it's ours.
I just hope it's a good odd,
yeah.
Not a bad odd.
If it's your own, then it's good.
Yes.
That's my take on it.
I agree.
All right. So you are a musician. You write, and what kind of stuff do you play?
Oh, I just basically do everything you could think of. Of course, I don't do rap or anything like that. But I started out doing more, you know, rock and roll. I'm more of a rocker, you know. I'm anything else, more edgy rock. I know I'm Disco Elvisco now. We'll get into that later on. But I started in a lot of rock bands in the Buffalo area. I was born and raised in Buffalo. And played in a lot of bands, and eventually I went to Buffalo State College and played in the Buffalo State Orchestra.
Oh, how cool.
Jazz improv. I was doing jazz, classical guitar, pretty much everything you can think of.
That's fun.
You know, but flute was my major instrument, and played guitar, bass, keyboards a little bit.
Well, that is kind of a little of everything there.
But the thing I enjoy the most is singing. I just love to sing. Did you
ever take vocal lessons or no?
No, well, in the shower.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. You know, that's good. No, I never took vocal lessons. I did sight reading in college, so somewhat.
Sight reading?
Yeah, well, you read music, but you
what does it have to do with singing? I'm lost. Help me.
No, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That kind of sight reading.
Okay. We call that chorus, like in grammar school.
Oh, okay.
But you're talking college, so things change.
But but I sang the church chorus, choir, and everything like that. And I was always the lead singer of all the bands I was in, so I was always singing.
Gotcha. Because you gotta like work out your vocal cords. It's not like you can just.
You have to work out, but I don't have a real high voice like Robert Plant or Geddy Lee, and they shred their vocals, and we're like, I can't sing no more. You always have to be conscientious about taking care of your vocals. So there's a time to practice your singing, time not to. So say I have a gig next week, you have to strengthen your muscles in your vocal cords. So you sing, and a day before the show, I just don't do any singing. I'll talk real soft, you know, and
Really?
that kind of thing, you know.
Wow.
And you don't do any hard, you know, liquor or anything like that. You know, I'm always drinking water. Just naturally drink water.
Yeah.
Caffeine free? Caffeine free?
No, I like coffee. I have a cup in the morning.
Oh, you do? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
But not all day.
Not
I just
all
have a
day.
cup in the morning and that's it.
Yeah.
I used to drink lots of coffee, but no. I don't need it anymore. It's like natural. This is natural. Because life is just wonderful.
Right. Anyway, so I started out like that, doing a lot of bands, doing things like that. And I always loved to write music. I mean, actually write out music, you know, that kind of thing. And bringing us up to speed with Disco Elvisco, how that
Yeah, where did that come in?
Well, that came in being Velvet Elvis, you know, the Elvis impersonator, you know.
Was that the stage name? Velvet?
What's that?
Was that what your stage name was, Velvet Elvis?
Velvet Elvis. Don't ask me why I came up with that, but I had to come up with a name, and that's what I came up with. But that was even, I mean, the whole idea of being a tribute artist just didn't appeal to me. But one day, I was having dinner with Mom at a restaurant, and we didn't know, but there was an Elvis impersonator performing that night. I think, oh, that's interesting. And I remember walking into the bathroom, and he was getting dressed in the bathroom. There was no dressing room in this place. So, hey, Elvis. Hey, how you doing? You know, I'm having a conversation while I'm doing my business with him. And in the meantime, I'm looking over his outfit because, you know, I do outfits. You know, I'm a costume. I do theater costuming. You know, a lot of community theater and some professional theater of youth, studio arena. So I know how to make costumes, and I looked at it. I made
So we
this.
didn't
What
even
you see
mention
now
that.
is
Well,
what
that's pretty cool.
I made this
Really?
scarf they had. I didn't make the shoes, but so I thought. So let's just start out like that. Well, I like to make a jumpsuit just to see how that turned out, and just out of the whim, as I'm doing that, I realized I have a pretty good Elvis voice, and I started to turn into Elvis in a way, but I thought to myself, well, I don't know. So I went to an open mic one day, and they just started. It was the first day, and there was nobody there. It was kind of empty, and I told the guy, well, you got some Elvis tracks? Well, yeah. So I started singing. People are starting to pile in. And I just kept singing for like an hour. But just before that, some girl who was there turned around and goes, oh my God, I thought I was listening to the radio. She didn't realize.
Oh, wow.
So I realized that I probably do have a good Elvis voice, and then it took a while to get the hang of it, and that's how I ended up becoming Elvis.
Without the velvet?
Without Velvet Elvis from our velvety old voice. Anyway, this led up to the Disco Elvisco thing, because musically, I mean, I don't hate Elvis, but I never went out to buy Elvis records or anything, you know, like that. I didn't follow Elvis. And ever since I started that, you know, whenever my birthday came up or Christmas time, it was great for the family and friends to buy me, you know, Elvis cups, Elvis books, Elvis this, thinking I'm an Elvis fanatic. I think, I don't want this stuff. I don't hate the guy, but I don't want Elvis everything.
Yeah.
You know. But, you know, I was performing for a long time, but the music was kind of, you know, people I like dancing music, stuff like that. And Elvis music isn't really dancing kind of music. And one day, I was DJing in an Elvis outfit. So I was performing as Elvis and DJing as Elvis.
Okay.
At the Como restaurant, of all places, in Niagara Falls. And at the wedding reception. And I realized at this show that Elvis doesn't really have dancing music. Anyway, let's skip forward to the world's largest disco. And I went to the world's largest disco a long time ago. And what am I going to wear? I thought, well, I have my Elvis jumpsuit. Let me go as Elvis. What the heck, you know? It was themed, you know, there's some people dressed up like Kiss and all this other stuff. So there's a couple other Elvis impersonators there too. And I'm on the floor thinking, well, how do you pull this off with Elvis and disco? And people just loved it, you know. I'm doing my moves like, oh, blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff, you know. And I'm starting to sing with this stuff, and I'm thinking, and then this whole brainstorm came in mind. Now, if you go on Google and stuff, there's a lot of DJs out there that they call it mashup. You know, when you mix one genre and lyrics of another genre together.
Yeah.
And it's very popular right now. Back then, it was just not even heard of. I just pretty much invented it. And so I just realized if I theme it right, you know, like you play boogie shoes and sing blue suede shoes, it could go together. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy theming things, but to make it work, you know, as far as the audience, you know, they see the connection there, and then it works, and they appreciate it, you know. So I just started, and it took quite a few years to get enough to do a show. And that's how that kind of started, and then it came the time to do a show. Oh boy. I was booked at, this was a Vegas event, and they booked me to do my Velvet Elvis, and it was just packed, and there was just a lot of people there, and I'm thinking to myself, you just relax, you know. I just burned a CD, Disco Elvisco CD, rehearsed it only a couple times. I thought, I can't do this, you know, I just do my Elvis show. And somewhere in the first set, I just stumbled my lyrics. I did something, I rarely stumble my lyrics, but nobody paid attention. Nobody cared. I could have stayed naked. Nobody noticed. Elvis was pretty much dead. So I thought to myself, well, that does it, you know. Next set, I'm going to do Disco Elvisco. And it was a little scary, I got to say. And I think what I opened with, Staying Alive by the Bee Gees, singing Jailhouse Rock.
Oh my gosh.
Walking through a party, you know, with if you could listen to that, and everybody's kind of like,
what is that?
What's going on there? All the dealers are looking up. What's going on with this dude? And of course, you got a lot of people giving you those weird looks, like he's weird. You know, something's not right with that guy. He's weird. And it took a few songs, but you know, when they caught on to that connection with the theming, you know, the woman, I mean, they right away they just started, you know. Couple came on. Next thing, the whole place is just dancing. And I thought to myself, this is it. This is what I wanted.
Very good. Now you have, you've been in the exposure concert that I put on a couple years, a couple different years. And it's cool because the one year I remember we had a vendor fair going on, and all the vendors, they're all looking, they're like, what? They're trying to figure you out.
Figure it out, right.
Like, wait a minute. Okay, I get, but it was very scattered. And then they decide, I like this guy. And then people were asking the following year, hey, yeah, is he coming back here? And we brought you back again.
Yes,
it's cool because, people are like, and sometimes some of the reactions were like, wow, is he serious? And, and it was really fun because then it was like, well, what's he going to do next? And you got people
they do that.
Waiting.
They do the exact thing.
I can't wait to see what he's going to do next.
How's he going to theme the next one? How's that going to be? Oh, they love that. They love to see something different.
And different it is.
You know, yes.
Now, you have some CDs that you've put out.
Yes.
So you have your independent, and then you also, I'm asking, right? You have like your name, right?
Yes. George Black.
And then you also have
Disco Elvisco.
Wow. Okay, so this is going to be like your original music?
It's all original. The Disco Elvisco.
Disco's original stuff too.
Well, the reason why I had to do it, because being disco, I mean, doing this is easy. But, you know, being Disco Elvisco is like a public relations nightmare. How do you promote yourself?
I totally don't understand.
You could be, you know, like even doing this show. You know, how am I going to do, you know, there's licensing and everything, but now I'm going to get sued twice. I'm going to get copyright infringement for the music and from the other, for the lyrics. So I'm going to get 2 lawsuits for 1 song. Nightmare, you know.
So this is all original material.
So I had to come up, that's what brought about, yes, all original material, but that's why I did original Disco Elvisco CD. I had to have something where I could promote myself with, where I don't have to worry about licensing.
Right, because it's yours.
Know? Yes.
You're not going to sue yourself.
Can't sue myself. Unless there's money involved, I can't sue myself.
So what are you going to be performing for us today?
Boogie Bar Fun.
And that's on which CD?
It's on the Disco Elvisco CD, which is called Boogie Wonder Dome. And it's an EP. It's an EP. There's 4 tracks on there. And I hope you enjoy it.
Awesome. Okay, so you saw it first here on, what is my show called? It's the You Can with Suzanne show right there.
You can.
And you're about, so who are you going to be right now? You're going to be Disco Elvisco.
I'm going to be Disco Elvisco. Thank you very much.
All right, here we go.
Lying in bed, bored out of my mind, feel like I'm dead, just wasting my time. Force myself up, turn the radio on, dress myself up for the disco-thon. Then I made a call to you, told you where we are going to, taken to the best spot in town, at the hottest club around. I'm gonna have some boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar fun. Gonna have some boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar fun. Hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo. The night is young and the stars are out. Being with you is what it's all about. Grooving on the floor of the discotheque. Keep on dancing till we're almost spent. When I make that call to you, you know where I'm taking you to. Going to the best spot in town, at the hottest party around. I'm gonna have some boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar fun. Gonna have some boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar fun. Gonna have some. Hey girl, why don't you do your thing? Then maybe I'll buy you a diamond ring. And if that diamond ring don't shine, well, that's just the sign of the times. Gonna have some boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar fun. Gonna have some boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar fun. Gonna have some boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar fun. Gonna have some boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar fun. Gonna have some boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar, boogie, boogie, boogie bar fun. Gonna have some boogie bar, boogie, boogie,
All right, we're back. Wasn't that so much fun? That's what happens. Oh, I'm spitting all over the place. Ah, it's so much fun here. All right, so yes, we're in studio with George Black, a.k.a. Disco Elvisco. Now, that song that you just heard is on this CD right here. It's the first track, Boogie Bar Fun, and the CD is called Boogie Wonder Dome.
Boogie Wonder Dome.
How fun. How fun.
I'm a little tired from singing, but I'm good. I'm good.
That is
It was fun to do. It was very fun to do.
So so you still like go out and do events and stuff?
Oh yes. I kind of took off a little bit so I could work on writing music and stuff like that. You know, because I was just doing so many shows because I'm doing the Velvet Elvis show, but I'm also doing.
So that's still something you do?
I still do.
That's
oh yes.
something different from Disco Elvisco?
Oh yes, I just did a show last week in Binghamton.
Oh, so that's actually doing Elvis stuff?
Yes,
Oh,
doing
okay.
just Elvis, but
right.
I also do
In the style of Elvis?
in the style of Elvis.
Okay,
Just strictly
got it.
straight Elvis.
Now I understand.
Thank you very much. And then I'm also doing Johnny Cash,
Oh, boy.
you know, a full Johnny Cash show. So,
Well, that
it's
sounds
very-
like fun.
yes.
So if somebody would like to have you perform at one of their events, how do they get a hold of you?
We could go on the Facebook page.
Facebook
Can do
page?
that,
And
it's
what is
fine.
it?
Facebook.com/Disco Elvisco.
Disco Elvisco.
That's all. That's it.
Awesome.
Or you could just put it on Google. I'm all over the place.
Great.
Yes.
Great. All righty. Well, that is all the time that we have. I thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And I hope that you will join me again next week. Or you could just click on any of the other episodes. They're all on my website at SuzanneSucan.com. All of the episodes are there. So how fun is that? I appreciate your time. And I know there's something I'm forgetting to mention. I don't have anything else on my little note. So I guess that's it. I will see you again next week. Thank you, everybody. Be good.
Awesome.